In this week's A Piece of CX, we're taking a look at Zoom Contact Center, and we're just getting started with developing our demonstration of Zoom Contact Center. So, as you might expect for Zoom, everything is all in one place, both as an administrator and also as a user. So I'm within admin here, and I'm going to my account settings first. Now, actually, unlike other applications within the Zoom portfolio, we don't have a contact center option up here. The only thing we do have in terms of contact center settings is just turning on for quality management, which is one of the additional modules you can add to the platform. The reason for this is everything is within contact center management. So I've got my users, roles, my skills, my queues, phone numbers, everything else in between. And then under AI management, I then have my virtual agent, which we'll save for a later session. So within my contact center management, if I go to my users, firstly, my users have to have been created on Zoom user management overall. So I don't have all of my users here. I have myself and George. But the big thing here as well is you do not need to be a Zoom phone user to utilize Contact Center, which is a pretty big fundamental, to be honest. For a number of users, you have, or for a number of different vendors even, you have to have a phone license of some description. You can't just tier straight up into Contact Center. So that, when I first learned that, I thought that was pretty fascinating within the Zoom brand. I've created two as admins here. I'm just going to add another user. I could have a template here. I'm just going to pick on Phoebe and Jeff, add them, and we're going to give them the agent role, and I'm going to use my Contact Center Elite. There are various different licenses, and you'll see also AI Expert Assist is already enabled. So we're going to get all the goodness of AI Companion from Zoom within here. Let's just move them across to the right country, and we won't change anything on that. We can assign them to various different queues and skills, all of this kind of good stuff as well. So they'll get a note to go and activate all of that. If I take a look at my queues, then I've got a demo queue here. It's assigned to 2 users with myself as a supervisor. Maximum engagements in queue. This is a lovely high number to start with. I might drop that down a little bit. I don't think, no matter how many devices I put on my desk, that I am going to have 3,000 engagements in a queue at any one time. We can distribute depending on how we want to send our calls. Now, this is interesting actually because we've got some PBX style features in here in terms of sequential and rotating. So if you've got a company that is maybe making the move to contact center for the first time, and they're like, well, we're used to it kind of going in a round robin format, you can do that. You don't have to necessarily go longest idle or longest idle while ready. We can even do simultaneous, but it looks like I need to turn something off on that. Engagement acceptance is auto. Again, you might want to do manual there. I'm going to play an alert to my agent. I could play an announcement. We've got greetings here. We could even be launching a URL, and we've got some consumer routing that we can add and some agent routing as well under routing profiles, which we'll delve into in a little bit more detail. So lots of different things here with where the contacts flow, and we have our outbound settings, we have our policies. So we'll turn that on. We'll transcribe it. We're not going to put a recording message on it at all. We're not going to turn on ad hoc. We're going to turn on a live transcription. I'm just going to go through some of these settings as well. So we could add Zoom phone contacts, add an address book here. We can also decide what we want to allow transfers to, which again is interesting, but we're giving that level of autonomy to an administrator here to decide where calls are routing to. Various different things. We haven't turned on any of these, but these look like they're going to be fun. AI Expert Assist as well. I'm not going to turn it on because we don't have a knowledge base just yet, but lots of various things we can turn on. I'm going to turn on automatic and auto redact. That's not a bad shout at all. So we've created a few things there. We'd need to add a number to this. We can also look at channel upgrades. Love this one, upgrade to video. Now we can actually offer video direct as a channel, including video direct from, say, a website. So that's something we're going to turn on at some point. We can turn on video engagement between a supervisor, a few different things going on. We can also add maybe a display image for the user, video backgrounds, call recording. Let's do that as well. We won't turn on ad hoc there, and we can even include a survey within this if we wanted to. Not going to for just now. We would add all of this together. So that's our queue. We could use a skill as well if we wanted to add some proficiencies to our users. We go into phone numbers, dispositions, all that kind of stuff that you would expect to see in a contact center. So I don't have a number just yet for this user, but if I bring Zoom Workplace into view, what you'll see here is it is just another icon. So whether it's here or whether it's up the top, I'm logged in. I can just select my contact center. It is independent of my phone extension. You'll see here I'm in a not ready state, so I can go into ready. I don't have any others created at the moment, telling me that I'm ready for my engagement, so I can see what's open, what's coming through. And as we play with this over time, we'll start to see more engagements come through here, and we'll follow up with that, show you what it looks like in a future video. Thank you for joining a piece of CX. This has been a quick summarization of what you can do with Zoom Contact Center on initial setup. And be sure to tune in for a later video where we delve into this in a lot more detail. Thank you very much for joining us.